Hey Gemini, it's time for your reading again. I didn't do a recording yesterday. I was a little bit under the weather for a day. So here we are picking back up. We're going to get Gemini done today. And hopefully we'll move over to Cancer and get that done today since I was a day behind. Anyway, I hope that you guys are doing well. Here we are, 2024, almost done with January. Cannot believe it. Can you? Anyway, we have officially gone into the full moon in Leo, and we have Pluto in Aquarius right now. So you guys should be feeling a little bit different now. You'll have to let me know if that's affected you guys at all or if you can feel any kind of shift. Anyway, take a deep breath. Let's see what's going on for Gemini. Angels, ancestors, guides, spirit. What messages do you have for my Gemini collective today? Balance spirituality and practicality with the full moon in Pisces. Sometimes it's hard to do that. I think it's interesting. Pisces is the other sign that has two things going on, the back and forth. Gemini does the same thing with the twins. Pisces is two fish. Many times, when I consider Pisces and I think about them, I picture those two fish going this way and then going that way. And another Piscean card came out, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. All right, so let's talk about how this came out, because this happened the same way for another sign that I was reading for. And I think it was no, it was actually the one I did yesterday or day before. So the sign before you, which was Taurus, they got the Leo energy, but they got the new moon in Leo and the full moon in Leo. So theirs was all about self-confidence or whatever. Yours seems to be about balancing spirituality and practicality, and then meditation and contemplation. So that's a step back. When you consider the full moon energy, which we're still in right now, it's a time of releasing new things. The new moon is bringing something in. So what this is telling me is that in this full moon energy, you're needing to release too much energy spent either in spirituality or being too practical about things. So you need to learn to balance those two. And what is the direction, the way to do that? Well, if you exit the imbalance and you bring in the meditation and contemplation with the new moon energy, that means you are learning to step back and really think about things, so not so much impulsivity. All right. This is so good. Look at the bottom. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. That's you. Look, the twins. I want you to look at these cards. You see those two fish? They're exactly alike. Gemini. That is a big message for you. All right. I'm excited for this reading. I want to see where this is going to go. Interestingly, I felt like doing numerology for Taurus that had the same thing. So I'm feeling like I probably should shuffle this numerology for you too. Let's see. Because let's see where this is going. I feel like I need to do that. My guides are telling me to do that. All right, let's think about it a second. So, your third house energy. This is something about the fifth house. That's Leo energy. And Libra energy. All right, so abundance and change, a 5 and an 88. And a 5 and an 8 with the follow your dreams. So all I'm going to say about the numerology here is what I want you to look up. All right, so 88 comes to 16, it breaks down to a 7. This is a 5. I want you to look up numerology number 5, number 7, and number 8. All right? That's your assignment, Gemini. Go look up the meanings of those things. Sagittarian energy in the recent past. Temperance. That's a balancing. 2. That's fire energy. It's also having a lot of confidence or optimism, rather. All right. I am seeing a Gemini here who has lost interest in a way. Before, there was a lot of effort. I'm seeing a lot of effort put into trying to balance whatever this endeavor is. This could be a person, place, thing, idea, whatever it is. It is an idea that has already been cultivated because it's the night. So that means it's reached a level of maturity of some kind. So if it's a relationship, it's not a new relationship, brand new, but it's not extremely old either. It's not like a family member that's been around forever. It's a somewhat new. Somebody you know, whatever. You needed patience for it. You were optimistic. And here, that's waning. It's a eh. You got the eh feeling for it. Because the commitment's still on the table. It's this way, though. So clockwise, it's tipping. If it were this way, I would say it's way further. You know, it's already made its way around the wheel. If it were this way, it's flipped over and it's on another tribe, but it's coming in this way. So the relationship or commitment is waning a little bit. We got to figure out why that is. There is also hoping here that there are no more lessons to be learned because you feel like you've been over, under, and through everything that involves this, and you're just getting sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of doing this repeat button over and over again. I get a feeling that you are still looking backwards a little bit and hoping to reconnect with someone. Here you are in the upright in the near future, in a commitment, making a commitment to, or choosing something about the household or a Taurus. Higher levels of commitment, choosing spirituality, higher knowledge about that, and defending your right to do so. The energy that's like overshadowing everything or coming in from the outside is an air of disappointment that you haven't received anything new. Like nobody new is coming around, nothing new is happening, nothing is going on around here. But then in the near future, there comes a newness, a new communication. And it brings you an air of confidence, standing in the Nine of Pentacles in full abundance. It could be a Libra or a Leo, and it could be a Libra. From this, you're going to find yourself with much heavier confidence. The inner strength will be found to balance out a situation, which is what the energy here in the moon cards are calling for, is the balance of spirituality and practicality, meditation and contemplation. Archangel Michael is here to help you balance those things out. So while right here in this energy, you're still back and forth, what you don't see is that it's going to pan out a little bit better than you thought it was going to go. So quite possibly, Gemini, your mind frame is the holdup here. The thing is, what you think can manifest. So that's something that we got to work on. So what I want to do is get a little advice. I want to figure out what the F is causing you to lose a little bit of faith and care, if I might say it that way, for whatever you've got going on right now. I feel like there's something in this relationship, this commitment, this job, whatever this is for you, that because you can't see, you think it's not working out for you. So your commitment to it is being tested. Why is temperance needed in the recent past for our Geminis? Well, because there wasn't a bunch of action around the things, the busyness wasn't there like it used to be in the recent past. During your sleep or downtime periods, there was conflict created, but it was of the mind. All the swords are here. That tells me conflict in your own mind. It was inner conflict. Basically, you were standing in your own way. Why is the Knight of Cups reversed? I just heard you weren't used to things being calm, so you just tried to manifest the breakdown of the whole family. The whole thing. So you tried to bring down Tower. Why is the Tower in the upright on that? Well, you got something to say about that? because you threw the card in the floor, Gemini. You felt like nobody was working with you. Stubbornness. Show me this Four of Wands. I think there's a commitment here to possibly a Libra, Capricorn, a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There's a whole lot of emotion and a whole lot of thinking. But not a lot of cooperation here. And that's where the devil comes in on this. Now, you may be dealing with a Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Definitely Gemini. Taurus is here. But there is a toxic pattern involved in this scenario, one side or the other, of there's a little bit of laziness. Now, you put this where it belongs. I don't know. You call yourself out if you want to or not. But laziness is a problem. Third party is a problem. Now, when I say third party, don't get all bent out of shape thinking I mean that somebody's cheating on somebody. That don't always mean that. It can mean that anything that you put before a relationship or the thing, that's a third party energy. When there's supposed to be a commitment to one, there's a commitment to other person, places, or things above that. If you're supposed to be in a partnership with a business partner, and there's always, the secretary's always over here putting her 2 cents in, and the people in charge don't block that off and say there's a time and a place for that, or put things in a hierarchy, well, then that secretary is the third party. Or the energy of not balancing those things is a third party. All right? That's just an example. But in this scenario, there's always a third party dealing. Somebody is spending too much time piddling, resting on their laurels or whatever, and not making a commitment to the commitment. You got one person over here manifesting the downfall of everything. You got 2 3s in reverse. Somebody's not wanting to work with everybody. There's not teamwork here. And laziness. So going forward, there's a need for balancing that. Balancing spirituality and practicality. So we can sit around and talk all day long about what we think we should do, how we think things ought to be, shooting on each other all day long. Or we can come up with a practical plan, Virgo energy, which I don't see on the table at all. The only earth energy I see is Capricorn, which is pulling in toxicity, and the Hierophant, something about the house, higher commitments or whatever, which this is good. It's grounded, but it's fixed and stubborn. Advice for Gemini. It's time to put the action to the passion. Queen of Wands, ideas are abundant. Stop being threatened by those. It fell on the Ten of Swords reverse. They're not a threat. I'm hearing an intimidation there. Stop being intimidated. Here's Leo energy again in the reverse. The Sun. While the idea is grand, it's wonderful, there's still a level on the inside of not feeling happy or fulfilled by whatever the ideas are. How can Gemini get around this? How can they better balance spirituality and practicality? Where are these answers going to come from? All right, so here's the thing. You're not seeing the value in the messages that are coming in from Spirit, which is why this is saying meditate and contemplate, balance spirituality and practicality. Okay? So you're not slowing down to listen for the messages. This Four of Cups, this guy, he's not even paying attention to the message. But in this message right here, I get that you're not even seeing the value in it. So you're not slowing down for it. Any advice? Cut out the stubbornness. Allowing is the big word here. The Scorpio energy. It's a death cycle. It's not a doom. Somebody's not dying. What that means is allowing something toxic to fall away, which is not slowing down to meditate and contemplate and listen to your higher self, because it's clouding your judgment. You're unable to make a judgment here. You've got to allow that to come in with this Scorpio energy. You can't feel or hear your emotions if you're always thinking on Gemini. I know, I'm a Gemini moon. I used to do it forever. I had to learn how to slow down. For me, it takes more. Some people can just one deep breath and they're good. Before I even do this for you guys, I have to go through this little ritual thing. I've got to light a candle, ring a bell, get that sage smell so I can get the smells rolling and get my monkey mind slowed down. This is the same thing it's asking you to do, Gemini. Yes, Piscean energy here with a High Priestess. It's a balance out of spirituality and practicality. You want justice? Here it comes on the bottom of this deck, which is the outcome here as well. And then the value comes in. Things calm down. That's not part of the reading over there. Things calm down, and that's where it goes. I want to get you another piece of advice here. Now, you may be dealing with somebody who's bringing these energies into the scenario. You might be dealing with someone who's doing this to you. Or this could be you. And if this is someone else in the scenario, then it's up to you to balance your own situation out so that this leverage connection can come together. Gemini, Taurus, you have to defend your right to your peace and quiet, to your stance on it. You have the right to do that. Let's see what this says. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. I'd say so with the seagull. That's what this is telling you in the moon cards. So how are you going to emotionally heal from something that you were fighting against before? If this is not an internal struggle, then you've got a Sagittarius that is really causing you some havoc. It's causing you to be up in your head. And it may be coming in through your sleep patterns. While you're asleep, you might be having dreams. Quick dreams. Some of them you don't remember. So I just heard you need to keep a dream journal. The Falcon. Act on the opportunity that's before you and commit to it without equivocation. That makes sense too. It's committing to a connection. Committing to a lover's connection here. This is you, Gemini. Making a choice for a higher level of commitment. And bringing in that balance. Any other messages? Your loyalty and faithfulness are misplaced by serving too many masters. Yes. If your twins are in opposition again, like I did in that one reading, then that's what's causing this too. But you may very well be dealing with a Sagittarius who is really messing with your head. So think about your environment. Look and see who are the biggest players here and what's affecting your energy. If it's you, then it's time for introspection. You can do that by meditation and contemplation. Change is afoot. Yes. You can get to an abundant state, but you have to follow your dreams. Yours, not somebody else's. So let's go over the signs again in case you're a sign person. We have Sagittarius in the recent past. We have Gemini, yourself, or possibly another Gemini. We have Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We have Capricorn and Taurus. We have Libra. That's who's on the table. And it doesn't have to be those signs. It's a high probability that those are the signs you're dealing with. However, these can all just be energies that are within yourself that need working on. So I'm here to bring messages for your highest good and your growth within relationships around you. Thank you for tuning in, Gemini. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. If you're on a desktop, you can click right down here in this corner. There's a photo of me, and it'll easily take you to my channel so you can subscribe. You can find me on Facebook, Southeastern Soul Tribe, as well as TikTok. If you are looking for a personal reading, you can look at all the information below. I'm easy to book with. Just go down there and send me an email, and we'll get you a personal reading if you want to see where this is going for you. All right. Until next time, Gemini, thank you for tuning in.